Lots of emotion today. We have a hero who has just arrived today in the country. President Trump was there for the dignified transfer at Dover, Delaware Air Force Base. There was a special story that Trump told, which I'll tell you about in just a moment, as he was live in Georgia a little earlier. In fact, my friend, my former producer in Atlanta, when I was in Atlanta, before coming to Dallas-Fort Worth 16 years ago. My friend in Atlanta, who was my producer, was actually at the Trump rally in Marietta, which is right where I used to live too, in suburban Atlanta. Meantime, I'm going to tell you some things and play you some audio about our hero from Carrollton, who came home, unfortunately, in a casket today. Private Isabella Gonzalez from Carrollton, 19 years of age. But first I want to tell you, and also James Talarico, I've got audio and video. He literally campaigned on her death, and it was horrible what he did and said today or yesterday. I'm going to get into that in just a moment, but this show is brought to you by IRSprob.com. That's IRSprob.com, helping good people with IRS problems, specializing in IRS controversies, IRS audits, and tax planning strategies. Hold on. Randy is my guy. I want to get this video for you from Talarico so you can see it yourself. It's very important that I share this with you, so let me get this together, and got the video up now. I'm going to put it in my little system here because on the fly a little bit. I was filling in for my friend Mark Davis today, and had to take a little nap, and getting ready to hop on a plane in a few as well. So bear with me. Okay, let's do this first. This is very important. I've got audio because this is from a CBS 11 and WFA TV Channel 8 news story. Marcos Lopez says, my condolences and prayer for her family and friends. You can chime in if you're watching on Rumble or YouTube. You can type in, and I will see it real time in the chat, and I will respond to it, I promise. Let me play two stories, pieces of two stories. This is from, this one is from, I believe, let me see, WFA TV Channel 8. Let me play the one from Texas, CBS Texas, CBS 11.
Fellow veterans are heartbroken and rallying around her family.
Absolutely. She grew up in Carrollton. She went to the same high school my son went to. She enlisted in the Army like I did. A lot of commonality. Her family lives like less than a quarter mile from where I live. It feels different when it's somebody that close.
The American Legion is helping provide transportation for Gonzalez's family to travel to Delaware to accompany her body back to Texas. Norsworthy says it's supplying meals for her relatives while also planning a public vigil after her funeral and possibly constructing a permanent memorial to her in Carrollton.
When people sign up, they sign up knowing that they might make the ultimate sacrifice. Nobody joins to do it, but when it happens, it happens.
She's a hero. She's a hero. Her friends say this about Private First Class. She was posthumously given a promotion from private to Private First Class. She's a hero, and Isabella Gonzalez chose this assignment. You're going to hear James Talarico in a second blame Trump for her death, which is so sickening. She hasn't even been buried. But she was stationed in Germany. She volunteered to go to Jordan at the air base where she was killed by an Iranian strike. She volunteered, and she was serving to fight ISIS because she wanted to, because she's badass. And there's so many more pictures I tweeted out. You can see it on my Twitter feed, at Chris Crock Show. That's at Chris Crock Show. In fact, I'll pop this up. Well, that's my Crock Talk podcast address, which you can check out too. But my Twitter feed, X feed, is at Chris Crock Show, ChrisKrock. And there are pictures of her. She is such a beautiful young woman. And she's being silly and doing duck face while she's in her uniform. She wore a stole at graduation. You know, that's the thing that comes around like this. That what an army stole because she was so in the tank for the army. She's a hero. She wanted to make a difference. She saw a path for her life through the army like my father did, like my brothers did. And she volunteered, though. I'll do a little bit more on her because she's more important than James Talarico. Then I'll play James Talarico. You'll see the video. I have that. The stuff I'm playing that's just audio is because it was on CBS and Channel 8, and they don't do video. Most of the video isn't on X, so I can't download it. Let me also play this for you from WFA TV Channel 8. Very touching.
Isabella, we will all remember you today, through the coming weeks and months, and for years to come.
The mayor pro tem is the mom of an active duty Marine, too.
I offer my sincere prayers, respect, and heartfelt sympathy to her mom and all her family.
They announced that Isabella's name will be added to the Carrollton Veterans Memorial. A public vigil with a time and place not yet determined is expected to take place this weekend, and the city, along with the American Legion, will help coordinate her return home with an expected burial at DFW National Cemetery. The American Legion has a fundraiser on their website and Facebook page, 100% of the proceeds going to her family. And as this child of Carrollton returns home, John Norsworthy says there is one request.
Don't forget her. That was the one thing her mom said. She didn't want anybody to forget her.
And there she is. Forgive me for taking this long to remember. I got to put her picture up for you if you're watching on video. You can also get this podcast, by the way, on Apple, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcasts for audio versions. But there is our beautiful hero, and there's two words that come to my mind, or two things that come to my mind when reading about her, seeing her pictures, and as a father of a 19-year-old. She was literally walking the halls of Hebron High School a year ago. This beautiful warrior, look at how excited she is in her picture. She loves what she's doing. This is what's right with our country. She is what's right with this country. She is the future of this country. And her friends. American Legion Post 597 in downtown Carrollton, who you're hearing from. Donate to them, please. They're taking all the donations. They're giving 100% to her and her family. They provided transportation all the way to and back to Dover Air Force Base for mom and the family. They're providing meals for the family and everything. And they're looking at doing a permanent memorial in Carrollton, please. For this beautiful sweetheart. Two things came to mind as I was reading this and reading about her yesterday and today. Beautiful girl is one of the things that came into my mind, because she is beautiful girl and sweetheart. And I say that because I too am a father of a daughter. And this one's really been tough for all of us. She died at Muwafaq Salti Air Base in Jordan. She volunteered to go because she wanted to fight ISIS. And now comes, and one more quick touching story. When Trump talked today in Georgia, he actually said that the gentleman who also was killed, we've got 4 soldiers killed over the weekend, 3 in the strike, including our hero from Carrollton, Isabella Gonzalez, but also 2 others. We had a man from Hawaii who was literally a few weeks from finishing up his assignment. And I want to share his name too, but he literally, his parents, Trump and them and the parents were talking, and the parents, he said to them, is First Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan, 25, from Hawaii. His parents and Trump were talking today because he loves our soldiers and cares about them. And he said, where are you guys headed? And they said, Atlanta, Georgia. He said, would you like a ride? I'm going to Atlanta right now. Would you like a ride on Air Force One? And they said, yes. They rode. That's the kind of person President Trump is. Beautiful. In just a second, in just 1 second, I'm going to play you the video from Talarico. It's very angering. He's taking her death, our hero, Isabella Gonzalez from Carrollton, private first class, and he's using her death to attack Trump at a public event. I will play that for you coming up next. But first, this show is brought to you by IRSprob.com. That's IRSprob.com, helping good people with IRS problems, specializing in IRS controversies, IRS audits, and tax planning strategies. Here is Randy and us, the team, if you will. Randy on the right, there's me, and there's George and Ray on the left, and they've been together, and I've been with them for 10 years. Here's Randy speaking at his alma mater, UT Austin. To the Chirins, he went to UT Austin because it's the best school for accountancy. Here he's talking to these accountant students. He also won the Longhorn 100 because he is the best. So if you want somebody to handle your IRS problems, they help good people with IRS problems. Maybe you also have a loved one unfortunately passed away, and there's some tax problems with that. Or maybe your company has tax problems, or you do, or you just want a good tax planner. Everything that Randy does is amazing. 2025 is my first year going solo on my own as a small business owner, 100%, and the tax planning for Randy's been unbelievably phenomenal. Thank you. Call him at 214-214-3000. That's 214-214-3000, or go to irsprob.com and tell him Chris Crock sent you. Also, my friend, Jim Dutton, who hosts Texas Home Improvement, and his family has run Due West Foundation and Plumbing for since the 70s. His father started the business. They're in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth. He's on the radio also with Texas Home Improvement in Dallas and TV in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and Houston. And Jim Dutton is the owner of Texas Home Improvement. His sons, Adam and Johan, are friends too. My wife worked for Due West Foundation and Plumbing. Guess who's on? I was on the phone with today booking to come to my house because I have a few plumbing problems all of a sudden. Due West Foundation and Plumbing. And by the way, you want the same plumber that is also your foundation company. I was just watching Johan, Jim's son, and he was doing a short video explaining why you want a foundation company and a plumbing company to do your plumbing or your foundation. When they do foundation, Johan's video showed, and this is on my Instagram feed at Chris Crock Show if you want to watch. I just retweeted or re-insta it earlier today. But they do a static test before they do foundation work to prove that the plumbing works fine. Then they do the foundation work, and then afterwards, if there's a leak. So the reason why they do a static test before they do foundation work, is because the insurance companies that cover the plumbing issues will not cover it if you jacked with the foundation and didn't check first. So what they do is a static test to make sure that if you have a leak in your plumbing, they can catch it before they do foundation work to prove that your insurance company should pay for it before they do the foundation work. That's the level of excellence. And don't use a plumbing company that doesn't also do foundation, because they will blame each other and you'll get screwed. This is your plumbing and foundation company for life, like they are for mine. I called them. I got a backed up sink in my kitchen. I tried to snake it, didn't work. And I have a TPT or TPS valve on the top of my water heater that they installed like 8 years ago that just went bad. So they're going to replace that for me. They've done all my plumbing and foundation. Go to du-west.com. That's du-west.com, or call 972-406-0912, 972-406-0912. And by the way, this shirt I'm wearing is from Blue Ribbon Roofing, blueribbondfw.com. I'll tell you about them in a minute, but guess what? This morning when I was filling in for my friend Mark Davis on 660 AM, The Answer here in Dallas-Fort Worth, I heard Mike Gallagher, who's my friend too. Mike and I have bumped into each other and hung out with each other on and off for a long time now. In New York a couple weeks ago, before that, at a surprise party for my friend Tom Tradup, who's the vice president of Salem Radio Network. So he's a great guy. But Mike Gallagher endorses Blue Ribbon Roofing, just like I endorse Blue Ribbon Roofing. Blue Ribbon Roofing just did my roof. I'll show you some pictures in a few minutes, so don't miss that. All right, now, James Talarico, here's what he said. And this is very critical. He's talking about the death of Private First Class Elizabeth Gonzalez.
We are closing schools and hospitals in this country so we can bomb schools and hospitals in other countries. There's never enough money for education and health care, but there's always enough money for war. This morning we learned that one of our own, Private Isabella Gonzalez, was killed by an Iranian airstrike in Jordan. Isabella grew up in Carrollton, not too far from here. She was just 19 years old. She just graduated from Hebron High School. Isabella was sent to serve in a reckless war that no one asked for. We pay for it with our tax dollars.
Let me finish this up. Hold on.
Isabella paid for it with her life.
She was not sent to fight a reckless war. She was stationed in Germany. She chose to go and ask for to be transferred to the Air Force Base in Jordan so that she could fight ISIS, not in the Iraq War. She was not sent to a war. She was not sent to die. She was not sent. She was not sent. She was not sent. She chose to go. So, James Talarico, are you saying that you blame private first class, posthumously promoted from private to private first class. Are you saying that private first class, Isabella Gonzalez from Carrollton, is to blame for her own freaking death? Because you said it's Trump that sent her in. She sent herself in. Will you apologize for defaming a dead woman who is an honorable person who signed up to go there? Wasn't sent there. Shame on you.
There is no greater love of country than to lay down your own life for it. Isabella died a hero and a patriot. We are grateful for her service and her sacrifice. But our gratitude for her service should not be mistaken for an acceptance of her death. We should not be sending our brave young men and women like Isabella off to die in another forever war. Our service members love this country. It's time for this country to love them back.
He couldn't wait to get the facts in. He had to pounce, and now we find out that Isabella chose to go there. Trump didn't send her there. And there he is attacking the person who sent her there. She sent herself there. Shame on you. It's angering. In just a moment, Mamdani suddenly says, I can't arrest Benjamin Netanyahu. And the fraud numbers in a fantastic column from a guest I had on the show this morning when I filled in for my friend Mark Davis on AM 660 The Answer. But first, yes, Blue Ribbon Roofing just did my roof. Here's the thing that I learned from Blue Ribbon Roofing. First of all, my last roofer from 7 years ago either didn't know or didn't care that my roof was not up to code, meaning the decking was way too thin. It probably was the original decking from this house in 1968. It's mushy when you go up there. Now, my friend from Blue Ribbon Roofing and my sponsor, John Hopkins right there, and his wife Tish on the left, and then across the way there's his son Trevor and his wife Jenna. Jenna's the first person I called when I called Blue Ribbon Roofing. John said, your roof is not up to code, and they have to pay for it. And he said, your roof does need to be replaced with the damage. He showed me up on my roof. Here he is with me.
I think you want to. I guess I'll do the show then. Yeah, you do the show.
There we are on my old roof. Well, look at my new roof. Check it out. Class 4 shingles. We got a pop with some black. They're going to be doing some painting and some new shutters and stuff with some of the damage. That's going to make a nice pop on my house. Those are the brand new shingles. Here they are on top of my roof, replacing the decking. All new decking, up to code, paid for by my insurance company. These are the shingles that you need to get. You need to call John Hopkins at Blue Ribbon Roofing and say, I want Class 4 shingles. Why? Class 4 shingles get you a very nice discount off your insurance. I got 11% off on my insurance because I chose Class 4 shingles from Blue Ribbon DFW. There they are, Class 4. And so that saves me $613 a year for the rest of my policy. $613 a year. That's incredible. Number 2, I got a new roof discount. I literally just had my insurance policy go from $5,500 down to $3,200 or $3,300. My policy dropped like a freaking rock. The other thing is your insurance company may not cover your roof the full amount if it's over 7 or 8 years old. A lot of insurance companies, and my company's USA, they're the best. They don't do that. But she said when she was here, my USA inspector with John, she said that's absolutely true. Most insurance companies, or many of them, are now saying if your roof is older than 7 or 8 years old, we pay the actual cash value, not the real cash value, or something like that. It's one of those two. What it means is we're going to pay you what it's worth, but your roof is older, so we're not going to give you the full amount. You pay the difference in addition to your deductible. Do not wait and get Class 4 shingles. Call my friend John Hopkins at Blue Ribbon Roofing right now. BlueRibbonDFW.com. Go to BlueRibbonDFW.com. That's BlueRibbonDFW.com and tell them Chris Crock sent you. They are the freaking best. And I'm going to tell you, all of his craftsmen that are doing painting, I'm getting copper gutters, like real looking copper. It's not real copper, but it looks like a penny, shiny penny, with black stuff on there. It's going to be a pop. It's going to look freaking awesome because they are extraordinarily high-end people, and they do it the best. Okay? Now, Mamdani says he doesn't have the authority suddenly to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu. Oh, my gosh, you guys, can you believe it? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was so close. I almost had him. So close. Oh, man. Yeah, he knew he would never get him arrested. He knew he couldn't do anything, but he lied, and he pretended he could do something about it. I have some audio, not the video on this one, but you can just hear the audio of Mamdani saying, I can't do it, guys. Too bad.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. As I've said, I agree.
Oh, wait, I'm going to pause real fast. Look at this. We have a follower named Kicks Are For Free. You effing MAGAs are disgusting. Thank you.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. As I've said, I agree with the ICC that Benjamin Netanyahu should be arrested and tried for his crimes, as I do for anyone else charged by the ICC. My administration has reviewed every avenue available under applicable law to determine whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we do not have the independent legal authority to enforce this warrant. The federal government, however, does. And
it's clear we don't have the authority. You knew this when you said it way back when as a promise to get elected. You're a liar and an anti-Semite, a Jew hater. He says nothing about Hamas slaughtering 1,200 Jews, raping, killing, kidnapping. He's never asked for Hamas to lay down their arms. He's never asked for Hamas to give the hostages back in all that time. Never. Because he hates Jews. He wants to wipe Israel off the map. He's an anti-Semite Hamas terrorist supporter. He is a terrorist.
I call on them to join the ICC and execute this warrant. And I want to be equally clear. Benjamin Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City, nor is any other war criminal at large.
Right. I guess I shouldn't say he's a terrorist. He's a terrorist supporter and Hamas supporter, which maybe makes him a terrorist. I don't know. Anyway, here's all the people that are war criminals that he didn't call out. Muammar, this is from the Simon Wiesenthal Center, which is a great anti-Semitic Jewish foundation. Muammar Gaddafi is a war criminal. Saddam Hussein, Bashar al-Assad from Syria, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, Slobodan Milosevic. No mention of any of that. Of course. Now this real fast. DSA-aligned politicians attending a live stream. And here's what the live stream DSA people said. I'm going to play a little bit for you. Let me pull it up on my little feed here. Hold on. I got lots flying in. Like I said, I was filling in for my friend Mark Davis a little earlier. So I'm on the fly, and I'm hopping on a plane in a few. Let's see. Here we go. Up. I had it and it dropped. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to play the audio for you.
The U.S. government and the Israeli government, they are the terrorists. They are the terrorists. They are doing terrorism. If Iran's off the table as a regional power, that means Hezbollah can't be funded, Hamas can't be funded, the Houthis can't be funded, like the Shia Crescent falls, and then you have nothing but regional domination for Israel. There's a reason why I call Israel...
So he's mad that Hamas won't be able to fund, that Hezbollah won't be funded, that Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran and the Houthis will fall. Guess who's on this feed that didn't say they're outraged or leave it or attack it, but supported it and was quiet? Ro Khanna, Abdul Asayed from Michigan, Ro Khanna from California running for president, Cori Bush, Daria Lisa Chevalier, all Milat Kiros, all these radical DSA people were on this feed and had no problem saying that we can't let Hamas die or get defunded. We can't let Hezbollah die or get defunded. We can't let the Houthis die or defunded. We can't let Iran lose its power, the crescent of radical Islamist terrorists to kill every Jew and wipe it off the face of the map. That's the open secret about the DSA and Zohar Mamdani. We have another person who disagrees with me on my live feed on YouTube saying U.S. soldiers are dead thanks to MAGA terrorists. That's funny too. But I'm glad you're watching. Thank you. It's an ultimate compliment that people that despise my political views still watch me. It says a lot about my talent. Thank you. What else do I have here? The SAVE Act. This is great. As you know, New Jersey's governor claimed that it was a software glitch that led to 6,600 illegals or non-American citizens being registered to vote. 400 illegals or non-American citizens voted in the last election. It is widespread voter fraud that is going on. That's just the tip of the iceberg. She blamed a glitch in the software, but it's false. It is not a glitch in the software. In fact, the department, here we go, the New Jersey Division of Elections are the ones who registered 6,600 foreign voters. The New Jersey Division of Elections. It was not a DMV glitch in the software. quote, the role of IDEMA, which is the short, acronym, IDEMA's role is to transmit information through the motor vehicle system. The voter registration information is transmitted by the New Jersey Department of State Division in Elections, which is ultimately responsible for verifying eligibility to vote. Information submitted by IDEMA must be validated and adjudicated by the Division of Elections. So the Division of Elections manually approved over 6,600 foreigners to vote. They were not automatically registered by the software provider, as the governor declared. This was a decision. Number two, a guy who I interviewed this morning on AM 660 The Answer, my friend Mark Davis, filling in for him, John Lott, had a brand new column in Town Hall, Why We Need the Save America Act. Well, what I just talked about is why, but here we go. Democrats claim black voters would face the greatest harm, yet 51 of 54 countries in Africa demand people actively submit proof of citizenship to register to vote. Almost every single country in Africa demands that, but yet blacks here can't do that? That's a lie, and they are not against this, by the way. Also, the Democrats say IDs would disenfranchise Hispanic voters, yet in Mexico, all 12 South American countries, all 12 South American countries, and Spain and Mexico all mandate government-issued photo IDs. Also, Mexico has a rule similar to what is proposed in the SAVED Act, requiring voters to submit an original birth certificate issued by a civil registry, naturalized certificate, Mexican passport. They also now use biometrics. So, Mexicans and almost all Latin American countries and almost every single country in Africa do this, as well as France and most of Europe, and yet they claim that Hispanics and blacks can't do it here. They're lying and they're racist, and that's why 76% of blacks support a voter ID, 82% of Hispanics support voter ID. The big lie is the Democrats saying that they can't do it. These folks can't do it. It's their soft bigotry of low expectations. There you go. I'll see you tomorrow. This is Croc Talk with Chris Croc, brought to you by IRSPRB.com, helping good people with IRS problems, specializing in IRS controversy, IRS audits, and tax planning strategies. I will see you tomorrow.